everyone, you know what time it is. Your boy here on the CEE. I'd like to welcome you officially to this week's episode of Nollywood Flipside, turning your imaginations into realities and bringing entertainment to your doorstep. This week's episode of Nollywood Flipside focuses on First Class. First Class is a film that is produced by Ruth Kadri and it is directed by Ike Inebwe.
Your school something, so much paperwork.
Nduka, what were you thinking?
What did I do? The law one day.
Nduka, you have signed your life to this girl. I mean, how did she get hold of this document?
Why do you need this school and education?
Because I want to learn for read and write or speak excellent grammar for my future.
We will enroll you. However, there will be no special privileges due to your age or your status. Children, this is your new classmate. His name is Nduka.
I don't know what I'm supposed to teach that man. He's up to my father's age.
You are a teacher. Your job is to teach, no matter what the age is.
Modes of transportation.
Container transport.
First Class stars Lepashos Bosse, Ruth Kadri herself, Mike Ezorenye, Donald Indubisi, and a host of others. Alright, the story behind First Class. First Class is a simple story. It's a story concerning an Igbo guy who has the inability to be able to read and write. He has an amiable, wonderful girlfriend who eventually defrauds him because of the fact that he has this inability to read and write. In his quest to be able to know how to read and write, instead of actually opting to go for an adult education, the man decides that he wants to start all the way down from the beginning, and the beginning is starting from the primary school. Okay, Ruth Kadri happens to be a first class graduate. Out of frustration, having sought for jobs all over the town, all over places, and inability to be able to secure very decent jobs, he decides to take up the job of a class teacher. And as fate will have it, Mike Ezoronye, who played the role of the illiterate guy, eventually ends up being in Ruth Kadri's class. For me, First Class was hilarious, okay? Despite the fact that I really strongly do not really believe so much in the story, in the sense that you have somebody who's an illiterate, he drives a Range Rover and he uses an iPhone 6. Of course, that could be contestable. This is the 21st century. No evil guy that is involved in this kind of amount of business that will find it almost difficult to know how to read. Hey, that's just my opinion. The story for me was hilarious. I love the way Mike Ezorenye played the role, you know, from the transition from his inability to be able to speak decent English, and then from the grooming, and then the guy picks up gradually, he begins to speak. It shows that the guy knows his craft. Another character in this particular project that really lived up to expectation was Lepashos Bosse. I was hoping to see her doing her normal comedy thing, in as much as they gave her a very serious role to play, and Lepashos Bosse was actually able to combine her comedy skills and the seriousness that had to do with the role, and then she made me believe that she could do a lot of things. She could do a lot of things despite the fact that she is a well-known comedian and all. So basically for me, Lepashos Bosse did a very wonderful job, and I will not leave out Ruth Kadri, who eventually she was the writer. She was the writer of this particular story. I think she did a very nice, decent job in this particular project, being the fact that she is a woman. And again, one particular thing again that I saw in the opening credit was the DOP, the director of photography, Toyin Odukoya. She's a lady with a very big heart. She's come a long way from Yoruba Nollywood. Now she's doing the English stuff, and she's doing exceptionally wonderfully well for herself. Alright folks, still know what time it is. Still your boy here over the CAA, and we're still talking First Class. First of all, for me, I think the storyline for me, it did really go down very well for me. And another thing that really did go down well for me was the picture quality. The sound at the background did not conflict with the dialogues for me, so the sound for me was crystal clear. For me, the sound score for me was on the average. So basically for me, this job was well done. If you are looking for a very good laugh, you have not laughed for a very long time, I strongly recommend that you go watch out for First Class. This particular project is one of those few projects that, yes, there's a lot of seriousness, and then also there's a lot of comedy to it, and then you're not totally, it doesn't take the comedy aspect of it doesn't take the shine off the story. For me, basically, this film did really go down well for me. I did enjoy it. I laughed over it, and I strongly recommend it for you. There are some scenes in this particular project that did not really live up to my expectations. One of the scenes that really got me pissed off was the scene, the warehouse scene. Another scene that really got me pissed was the phone call conversation when a letter was given to Mike Ezoronye. Above all, the overall performance of Mike Ezoronye, Lepashos Bosse, Ruth Kadri for me was exceptional. First class for me, first class 78%. For me, first class was a job that was well done, and if you're looking for a good laugh, if you're not laugh for a very long time, I strongly recommend that you go out there, you watch First Class. At the end of this review, I'm going to drop the link for you to actually go out there and enjoy the movie. Alright folks, if you've enjoyed this week's edition of Nollywood Flip Side, I suggest you click on the subscribe button and I will see you at the other flip side.